Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Potamus. It's been a while since I filmed my last video. Most of the past few months, or I guess uploads, have been either silent or those one-offs. Thankfully, I have completed a setup, and I hope in the future it allows us to play lots more games as both a channel and a community. So, welcome. Today we'll be starting our Mariokart Wii series. This could consist of some single player. I've already achieved 100% completion of the game. We could get some net play since we're doing this in Dolphin. I think for our first video we'll do some battle mode. So, I suppose I should explain my absence from YouTube for a small amount of time. I hope to have some sort of setup for my Wii or Switch to record gameplay for quite a while. And unfortunately that never ended up happening. So I've got a capture card or a functioning setup for it. Luckily, however, I've purchased a new laptop, one powerful enough to both run emulators and record gameplay. So, in the downtime, I had to use an inferior laptop for, I suppose, work and emulation. Luckily, however, we've got a new laptop and we can use it for all-purpose recording. So, back to the topic at hand. Mariokart Wii has been an integral part of my gaming career now, for upwards of 10 years. The Wii was the first console I owned. Mariokart Wii was one of the first games I played, probably not counting the mobile games that I might have had on an iPod Touch at the time. I've done as much research as I can into this game. I've looked into competitive play, Easter eggs, played a bit on CTTP. Suffice to say, I have been a big part, I suppose this game has been a big part of me for quite a while. Moving forwards a bit, one thing I noticed about this game was that it was quite underrated when it came to the battle mode. Very few people actually talked about the battle mode. So, for the longest time, I have attempted to sort of instigate more battle mode attention through some servers that I visited. However, I figured the best way of doing that would be to record my own gameplay. Without further ado, let's begin. Lock Plaza. This was never actually my favourite of the group. The more time I spend dwelling on the subject, the more I begin to like this. Got a good design, good music, good layout. One balloon. Let's keep moving. One thing you may come to notice, if you have ever played this game on mirror mode, or you've played battle mode on normal or hard difficulties, you will notice some extreme oddities with the feature. Now I won't say it's cheating necessarily, but I will say they put up quite a good fight. So really what battle mode comes down to is good item sense, resource management. You need to be good at avoiding things, and you need to be good at throwing things, because you can't rely on red shells most of the days. Luckily, since battle mode is actually played in 50cc, not 100 or 150, you'll notice how apparent it is for shells and bananas to be easier to land. That's also due in part to the arena design. Though some computers just sort of pull stickers out of one thing that always stood out to this course, or about this course, were the structures, how they sink underground at certain intervals. Just this massive abyss. Spooky. I remember oftentimes trying to land on them or jumping down once the timer ends. It's a bit of an interesting track, isn't it? It's not really... Skybox isn't really a sky. It's just a walled off area. And that's really what a lot of Mariokart Wii battle mode comes to. They just seem like battle areas at the start. And then you look further in and they become these isolated environments, and that's really part of this game's awesome charm. As well as the way it sort of has this it's like a combination of retro and 2000s to it, with the music, the style, all of it. It's just like a great game. I love it. Second favorite game of all time to be precise. There we go. That's an ancient tradition of down pits. Oh, we won by 1 point. Thank you to the 2 other people who got points. Alright, that's one win for us. Let's see if we can get the next few. I will say though, if you've been part of this channel for a long time, except about the past 2 years, I think since I created this, you may remember my first ever videos were CTR, like funny moments montages. What that came down to really is that I wanted to make content, but since I had no capture card, I considered, how can I do that? How can I record content with no record? And it suddenly struck. The Switch has a 30-second recording button. So the reason I made those videos in the first place would be simply just so I could record them easily. They garnered some views, nothing too special, but it was a good entry into content creation for me. After that I sort of dropped off the scene occasionally, uploaded 1 or 2 videos. Though, since I have the proper setup and can play tons of games now, anything from Steam to GBA to Wii, I thought, why not get back on the YouTube scene? You know, I'm sure there are at least some people waiting still. So what better way than to play a childhood game, and in fact my second favourite game of all time, Mariokart Wii. My friend and I with Diddy Kong. Just to be off the sideline. Alright, so the gate's lower at 130. Okay, they're at lower. Oh, that's sideline right. Yeah, so the bells toll for 5 seconds, then the bridge and floodgates open. And this building is flooded already by about 1 minute, so you have to be fast. Very fast, especially with that little aqueduct there. I think about the second time it like waves. Yeah, there's already an out of bounds area there, so you have to run quite fast. Let's see. Items in this mode. I always found these items to work nigh perfectly. Of course, lightning and blue shells especially are very, very big in this mode. I think it'd be better if they weren't in here. And and it acts as an equalizer. This game is quite big with 12 players at a time. Though, I think the battle mode we could do without. The battle mode is lightning though. I'm not exactly sure how it works. It's quite rare to actually get in the first place. Anyways, I'm happy with most of the items we get. I think mushrooms would be the best item. The ability to steal, like that, yeah, steal something from an opponent and get a speed boost at the same time. It's quite fun with that. Alright, so that's a loss by 1 point. Alright. The team's scoring a lot more consistently, but oh well. That just means we have more content to trawl through. Let's take a look at our next track here. Oh, Funky Stadium. Funky Stadium is quite the treasure. This has always been an absolute staple of battle mode. Whenever we played this was always the first or last track we picked. I've been trying to figure out how you can sort of get behind the starting position there. I've seen someone do it online. Though, first of all, you have to find someone who actually, plays battle mode online. Second, you need to figure out how to actually pull that off. And despite all the knowledge I have of this game, that's something that has still eluded me. Starting with a Mega Mushroom is quite strong. You'll notice the computers in this mode have far greater turning capacity than anyone else. Even if you're on a cart, they can do essentially 90-degree turns. This really just comes down to how the computers are made to avoid obstacles. If you've ever played, say, 150cc, and you see a computer with a poor turning vehicle and suddenly makes a turn that it shouldn't be able to, that's why. The computer essentially has an automated steering. Oh! I knew there was some zip jank in this game, but not that bad. Perhaps in the future we can move beyond Mariokart Wii. Something like, let's see, Sonic and the Secret Rings. We could do Xenoblade Chronicles, the original Wii version. We could do Wii Sports, that's a fantastic one. Do let me know what you think in the comments if you'd like to see one of those games. Because those are all ones I'm very well acquainted with and quite fond of. Let's see if we can and shot. Nah. Bad miss. Okay. We can also do, battle mode isn't the full extent of it. We could start a new license for a new playthrough. You could see something like time trials. We've been practicing some shortcuts lately, so that would probably make some fun content. Some shortcut challenges, maybe some people on netplay. We could get some viewer challenges maybe. I send out a time, it's up to viewers to see if they can beat it. There's lots of options with things set up as they are. So I quite look forward to seeing where the future of this channel goes, because originally it was started as just I guess for the sake of having one, general content creation. A channel can be so much more if both the creator and the viewer, they both work towards making a vibrant community. Both in the content they make, and how they make that content, and how the content is used as well. Anyways, onto chain jump wheel. Alright, so worth noting is this is one of the few tracks in the game that had a version difference. You'll notice this is a plate on the PAL version, which is what I'm used to. You'll see this is called Chain Chomp Roulette. But you'll see here in this NTSC version, it's called Chain Chomp Wheel. Some of these changes I'm not exactly sure what the reason behind them was, especially with vehicles. Things like DK Snowboard Cross being changed to DK Summit. Yeah, I can't think of much of a reason why. I can imagine Chain Chomp Wheel was changed from Chain Chomp Roulette, maybe for the sake of US laws, something like that. Not quite familiar. Alright, one shell. Yelling. Alright, really what you want to be going for in battle mode is you want to be moving around as much as possible. Strafing, snaking works quite well. You sort of want to form like a... I suppose you want a route you take, I guess is the best way of putting it. You want a route that you can take every time you play, and you want to follow that route, get items, and then just dive into prey. Maybe see if you can land one or two hits with a shell or banana, or just trap up an area. Because computers can't dodge so much as they just turn to avoid things. So if you can put them in a position where turning is really advantageous to them, you can pretty much guarantee some kind of kill. Stars never get through. There it goes. So many hidden animations in this game that most people probably miss. Chain Chomp, and then something like in Bowser's Castle 3, if you get hit by a Thwomp, plays Dry Bowser laughing instead of the usual Bowser laughing sound effect. To be frank, I didn't even know there was a laughing effect on it. It's in Bowser's Castle 3, I believe. In Bowser's Castle 64. But I had no idea that it also was on PC3. So, you know, 13 years, this game's been out, still learning more. And I think that's the magic of it. 13 years on, Nintendo's initial WFC connection is defunct. And there are still people making discoveries, setting new world records, making content, sharing this game with people that enjoy it just as much as it. And that's really the magic of Mario Kart. It's a timeless game. The more time passes, the better it gets. Anyways, that was a terrible loss for them. 2-21. Yikes. You do not want to be red team. But I believe that puts us in the lead, and that's exactly what we'd like to see. So, on to Thwomp Desert, the final Wii stage. This is a fantastic place to practice your... not necessarily low tricks. I suppose when you... well, yeah, maybe low trick. When you hop and you get little air time, this is a fantastic place to test it out. It just dawned on me now that this track is a reference to World 2 of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I feel very sort of not picking it up before. Whoa, that's a new amount of airtime. Yeah, this is just a fantastic place to practice cooking. Essentially just spamming the B button. You just want to watch out for that. Knowing where the line is drawn for that little quicksand pit can be important sometimes. Very rarely, but you know. Every piece of trivia has some kind of red shell. Red shells are essentially the easy way out. Well, alright then. You never know what kind of stray machination maybe. Be it a computer's accidental rundown, be it an item. Battle mode's really a mixed bag when it comes to computers. But with real people, battle mode is a blast, and I'm very willing to try it out with 4 players in Dolphin net play. Believe it or not, I've never played this game with 4 players. I think. I might have, not quite sure. But for years I've owned only 3 Wii remotes, one of which was third party, and I never actually got to play 4-player, let alone 3-player quite often, because there are very few people to do that with. Of course, in more recent years I've figured out fun ways to do 4-player on the Wii, like Wii Sports is 1 player with 4 players with 1 controller. That is a fantastic feature, and I wish more games did that a lot more often. Because while it seems like a boring activity, 1 remote 4 players is actually one of the most fun ways to play Wii Sports. Oh, yeah, see? DK's swerving like it's no tomorrow. It's just part of how computers thrive in this mode. Especially doesn't help that since we're on 50cc, you'll notice that there's way less speed and hence more control over the game. So, really, this is just a mosh pit. And Thwomp Desert is actually probably one of the best examples of like a mosh pit kind of track. Other tracks are sort of more composed and stable. Some are just slugfests. But all of them are fun, I suppose. If it's not, we'll see soon. That's another victory for Blue Team. Only 1 more victory to win. That'll put us at Battle Course 4, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, SNES Battle Course 4. That little retro tracks icon at the top of the list, I could never make out what that was as a child. It took me so long to actually look into the files and figure out what it was, and I feel like a doofus for not figuring it out sooner. Anyways, this is a good track. Good visuals, good layout, good music. A little basic, but I love how they did it in Wii. In Mario Kart 7, it's just simply not as good. It's just nowhere near as fun. Wii is just so good when it comes to a full experience. That's what Wii is, experience. We're going to trail after these to surely get one of them. There we go. Sorry, Funky. But I'm going to need a balloon for this, so... poorly placed banana, wide. Oh, missed by a mile. Alright, let's see if we can trail him and... Ah! Okay. Drive-by shot, but unfortunately he traded the balloon. Oh! No, wasn't supposed to use that. Alright. Take it outside. Oh, that was close. Now they're all just a hit by it. Alright, it is the next target. Oh, alright, I suppose not. I think that was Funky again. Yep, sorry Funky. Taking 2 balloons from you already. Oh, Funky got sidelined! Uh-oh. I mean, followed. Ha! That's a new kind of battle mode drop-out technique or used. What thought about it? Alright, we can save this for something. Oh! No, thought that was red. I'm not paying attention properly. Donkey Kong. Let's go for him next. Alright, come back around. I like how this track becomes more like it becomes more of a maze outside and then more of an area inside it. I know that sounds obvious when I say it aloud, but trade. Like the feel of the track changes completely depending on where you're playing from. Well, that wraps it up for battle mode. Awesome. Nearly an untarnished lead for blue team. I think we lost. Delfino Pier we lost. Everything else was a pretty good success. Awesome. 34 points. I'm content with that. On the subject of content, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of our new video format. I hope to catch you around on the channel soon enough. And again, let me know what you'd like to see played next. Because with this setup, there's a lot more opportunity. Well, this has been Potamus, signing out. Have a good day.